Alright, welcome back. After that rather infuriating archery minigame, now we have the big quiver, and it is time to continue in the main quest. But actually, one other thing before, it's just going to take like a little portion of this video, but not all that long. So, if you remember back whenever I completed the Dodongo's Cavern, quite a while ago actually, as a child, there were a couple of golden skulltulas I said that were still missing. So now it is time to actually collect those. Anyway, if this is your first time here on the Death Mountain Trail, which it isn't, actually I think I described this already, but there are these rocks here and these boulders. Don't get hit by them. Don't be like me and get hit by them. I think I got hit by it like once right here. I just wasn't looking and I was trying to just see. So, yeah, I got hit right there, but it's fine because if you get hit, there are some hearts in these rocks. Go ahead and shield drop with R, and I accidentally got on this magic beam before I realized, wait, I need to go into Dodongo's Cavern to get those other two golden skulltulas. So thankfully right there I realized I probably would have restarted the recording if I hadn't. Anyway, bit of a drop, but if you hold down forward on the control stick, then you should be fine. Alright, back in here. It's been a while, but it's fine. This is the only Child Link dungeon you can enter as an adult. The other ones are just not available. The Great Deku Tree's mouth is closed off, and, well, we'll find out later what happened to Lord Jabu Jabu. I may have spoiled it a bit, my mistake. Anyway, oh yeah, I hit the lava a bit, which will hurt. I guess Link hasn't really toughened up that much for all these 7 years. Well, no, he hasn't. He literally was sleeping, I guess, in the Chamber of Sages, or in the Temple of Light, wherever it was. I went ahead and killed that Beamos just because it was a bit in the way. You don't have to. You can just run right past it if you need to. Be prepared for these baby Dodongos. Yes, even after 7 years, they still haven't grown up yet. Okay, now if you did not get the Scarecrow song with me in the previous video, do that. Literally pause this video and do that in the previous video, because you can't actually get this one here if you haven't. Now, watch the previous video and part 9 to find out more information about the Scarecrow's song. But like I said, you play it, and anywhere Navi highlights something that's out of reach, Pierre will come, and then you can use your hookshot to latch onto him. I don't know why it didn't work the first time. I was like, am I playing the right file? Even though I only have one file in this game right now. Alright, so there you go. You can hookshot onto Pierre. You can't talk to him. Bit disappointing, but I don't think you need to. But there's a golden skulltula in that alcove right there. Go ahead and collect it, and there's just one more for me to collect, and then I'm done here. It takes a little bit to get to, actually, so it's kind of not far away. It's actually just right in the door, but if you want to get to it properly, then you're going to need to take this platform to the second floor here. And sometimes on playthroughs, I'll get up here as an adult, and then Navi will interrupt me saying, hey, now you can quickly reach the second floor with that platform raised, or something. I'm like, where have you been? Seriously. But that didn't happen this time because I think I showed it off whenever I was actually doing the Dodongo's Cavern. There are 2 fire keys here. Watch out for them. I pulled my sword out, but I don't think I actually fought them. So, not that big of a deal. You can avoid them. Now in here, though, there are going to be more fire keys. These ones I did fight just because they're going to get in my way. But this room actually is going to be a little different now that I'm an adult, and I'll tell you why after I kill these fire keys. So normally you have to pull the Armos statue away from the ladder and climb up, but thankfully, Adult Link is tall enough to where he can just jump and climb it himself. And that's pretty cool, I think. No more wasted time, even though it's not really all that much different. I don't think most people know that you can just climb it there. I think that's pretty nice. There's a skulltula there. There's really no point in killing it, I just wanted to, because it's always fun to kill things in this game. So if you look out way out there, you saw that golden skulltula there in that hole in the wall. Can't really get to it, but take a jump here and then land on the bottom stair. And like they're small enough to where he doesn't really do a climbing animation. So he just kind of jumps. And then just use the ferry boat or the hookshot to get this golden skulltula token, and that's it. You see, now the golden skulltula icon is next to the Dodongo's Cavern, and that's it here. So now we can leave. Alright, I think I'm at 54 right now, And like I said, if you have no interest in collecting any more after 50, then you didn't have to come in here at all. Which, if you're a new player, I would say at least get just 50, and then you can stop there if you want to. Alright, that is it for the Dodongo's Cavern. Now I never have to go in there ever again. Anyway, go ahead and ride the magic bean up towards Goron City here. You'll have to get off, because if you don't, it'll just take you higher. And then you'll just have to jump off. But anyway, here is the Goron City, and this place is a little different. I think I was in here once already, and I got a golden skulltula on that platform there. If you didn't, I'll show you where it is real quick. Although I got it, I believe, in a previous video, so it's not going to be there. It's on the back side of that platform right there, so if you look down, then you can see it. So anyway, you see there is one single Goron in this place, or seemingly one single Goron, that is. And so he's rolling, and you have to stop him with a bomb, just like I did with Hot Rodder Goron whenever I was a child. But this time you can stop him in the open, and it doesn't matter. Now, the reason why I sped this clip up is because it took me a few tries, and normally it actually doesn't. So that was a bit annoying. Alternatively, if you run out of bombs, you could use those bomb flowers. I think you can use bomb chews, but you would have to do some crazy timings on them, and I'm never good at that. So look at that. I wasted like 5 bombs trying to get this guy. Thankfully, though, this is the one to do it on time. I guess another one you could do is you could shield drop it, and then, well, he can just run into you, and it'll explode. Alright, now you find out this one, actually, when you talk to him, he'll tell you that he is Darunia's son, and Darunia named him after you. Now, one other thing I want to point out that I found rather interesting, I don't know if anyone else thought about this, but if this guy is Darunia's son, which as Child Link he didn't really exist, so this guy is at most 6 or 7 years old, which really makes me wonder how long a Goron's childhood lasts. And also, look, you're taller than Gorons now, and he's not just some shrimp, he's not short and stout, he is a full-sized regular Goron. Well, I mean, they all pretty much look the same in this game, except for Darunia. Now, I point out his age because I just think it's rather interesting that he's only like 6 or 7 and he's already full grown. Now, baby Gorons do exist in other games like Majora's Mask and Twilight Princess, but other than that, you don't really see baby Gorons in this game. Anyway, you'll talk to him and he'll tell you that everyone was kidnapped by Ganondorf and they're all gone, and it makes him really sad and he cries. Well, I guess if he's 6 or 7, then that's very age-fitting for him. So you ask him about the Gorons, or no, about the dragon first, because I think if you ask about the Gorons, he'll just cry more. So you have to ask him in the proper order. I guess this game forced you to ask about both. So he tells you that there was a dragon named Volvagia, and the only way you can defeat him is using the legendary hammer, whatever that is. And so the hero, whoever he is, used the legendary hammer to defeat Volvagia, but Ganondorf has revived him. So you need to find a way to go to the Fire Temple and defeat him ourselves. Even though his dad Darunia tried going to the Fire Temple to do it himself, he's going to try without the legendary hammer, and spoiler alert, it's not going to go well for him because you have to play by the rules. Anyway, after he just rambles on about his oh-so-sad story, he's going to give you the Goron Tunic, which is probably my favorite tunic in this game. I don't know, I've always liked seeing Link in the red tunic. Now this one is adult size only, so you can't wear it as Child Link. Quite a disappointment. Anyway, I talked to him again. You don't have to do this, but I just talked to him again just to see what he had to say, and he will give you a hint about how to get to the Fire Temple. So he says, try to move the statue inside of Dad's room. Now, if you remember, whenever I was Child Link and I was in Darunia's room and I played Sari's song for him, there was this bird statue block behind him. And, well, he was kind of in front of it. But anyway, before that, I wanted to show off that, well, the Goron from the Goron shop is here. So I guess Ganondorf didn't see him worthy enough to be captured. So I thought, oh, you can still sell stuff to civilians. So the Goron that's named after you, and, well, that guy running the shop is, I guess, just not important enough to Ganon. Anyway, come in here, move the statue, and then there's a tunnel right here And look at this. Now I'm in the Death Mountain crater. So go ahead and use your hook shot over here at this broken wooden bridge. Very ideal for a volcano, right? Oh yeah, and there's a piece of heart up there. Go ahead and hook shot onto this broken bridge to get over to it. Okay, now we have a way to warp here. You know what time it is? It's time actually to do something very important. So it may not realize it, but there is actually something that we could do here as Child Link, but it doesn't seem all that obvious. Now there's a soft soil spot here. That was very difficult to say. There's a soft soil spot here as Child Link, but of course now that I'm Adult Link, it's just not going to be there at all. So I went ahead and warped back to the Temple of Time so that I could become Child Link again. And if you remember from the previous video here, Shiek was here, and Shiek taught me the Prelude of Light, and you can warp back to the Temple of Time using that. Now I used to think you could also play the Song of Time to warp back to the Temple of Time, which makes sense because time is in the name of the song, but nope, it's just the Prelude of Light, which I don't think makes sense. So, there you go. And as you can see, it just automatically switches you to the green tunic. So, because it's the only outfit that Child Link can wear. Anyway, now that we are back as Young Link, let's go ahead and actually get some... Well, actually, I need to get some bugs in a bottle first before I can plant the magic bean, because I had disposed of them, and I didn't pick any up since then. So I need to just quickly grab some now. And as I said before, the Lost Woods is my go-to place to get bugs. It's not the only place in the game, but it's my go-to place, and I find it the most reliable source. Okay, so you'll find some in grass. There wasn't any in this grass for some reason, but there was in this grass right here, so that's fine. I was trying to do a quick spin, but I couldn't do it. Alright, anyway, that doesn't matter. Now that I have bugs and the 2 magic beans left, let's go ahead and finally take them to the Death Mountain crater so I can plant them. In the Death Mountain crater here again, first of all, if you remember the last time we were here, which I had like 6 heart containers or something like that, you'll see now that I have 12. The timer is a lot, well, it's longer than before, so you should have plenty of time to get this. So, if you've been following along with me and you've collected all these 12 heart containers, as I have, then you too should be just fine. Alright, so there's your token, and then go ahead and plant this right here. If Link can't survive here, I only wonder how on earth does this survive the extreme heat. Well, we'll find out if it does in a minute by warping in time 7 years. So let's just see if it does that. So play the Prelude of Light to go back to the Temple of Time, and then of course just turn around and, well, actually I wanted to equip just, you know, other weapons there. Just turn around and then go back to the Master Sword's chamber and then just pull it again to become Adult Link. Also, it automatically, it just remembers what tunic you had equipped, which is nice, so it doesn't put you by default in a Kokiri tunic. It can also make you remember too, I suppose. Say if you've been Child Link for a long time, then you can pull the Master Sword up again, you're like, oh yeah, that's right, I had that equipped. Which I guess maybe you can use that as something you want to do, I don't know. Anyway, now that the magic bean is fully grown, somehow it gets water here in this volcano. Go ahead and use it to get to the top of this, I don't know what you call this, but there's a piece of heart on top of it, and it is the one for the 13th heart container. So that is it for now. What you want to do is just go over towards the north here. There's this tunnel here, and then the ladder drops down, you turn around, and it is the entrance to the fire temple. So that is it for this one, and join me in the next video where we will be taking on the fire temple.